In today's video, I'm going to be going over kind of a versus series here. We're actually going to be comparing 3 different counties and a specific property type under a certain amount of money. The 3 counties that we're going to be looking at are St. Lucie County, Palm Beach County, and Dade County, which Dade County is Miami. We're going to be going under $500,000. So if you're looking at buying a townhome, what's the advantages of buying a townhome? I've had people ask me this. Well, the advantages are that you do have usually a community pool. You might have a fitness center, and it's a communal area. So the HOA in there is actually going to cover those driveways, that pool as a collective. Now, what are maybe the disadvantages or still an advantage of a townhome community? You're going to actually own that building. So similar to a single family home, you'll actually have your own parcel ID for that townhome. It's kind of like the mix of a condominium where you have all those HOA and communal fees, but you also have the advantage of having the residential side where you own it, you get your own insurance and that kind of thing, and you're not going to be hit with as big a special assessments. That's one of the big things out there that's driving down the prices in the condo community. So let's look at these 3 different counties right now. As you can see here, this is St. Lucie County. Now, I didn't go actually all the way up into Fort Pierce, but this gives you an idea of where St. Lucie County is here, right? This is basically St. Lucie County. It goes all the way up in here, this area of Lakewood Park, which includes Fort Pierce. And then this is like Tradition over in here. And then this is regular Port St. Lucie, right? So what does it look like as far as the inventory and price per square foot? Because this is going to give you a good idea of what I'm trying to show you here. If you have that under $500,000, what the difference is. This is $187 a square foot in the month of July of 2025. That's the average price per square foot sold for a townhome in St. Lucie County. What do you have for inventory? Now, this is very similar to what the condo market has done. We've had this kind of escalation in the last few months of the month supply of inventory. Now, I want you to look at this as a buyer out there. There's incredible opportunity. Now, there's always that Warren Buffett, buy fear, sell greed. Right now, there's definitely a lot of fear out there because of the assessments going up, the insurance going up. That's across the board. So what I like about the townhome community is that you're going to have, you're going to be able to go and get your own insurance. But some of these townhome communities have been a little bit hit by these assessments. So that's driving up some of the inventory coming on the market, right? So remember that number of $187 a square foot. Let's look now here. This is Palm Beach. So one thing I want to show you as I do this here, because I'm also going to show you the distances between these respective communities. So I got a cool little tool down here that does a distance kind of thing. So we'll just kind of put this, and you can see if I go down right around in here to, different parts. Now, if you're in northern St. Lucie County and you're going to northern Palm Beach County, it's going to be a little different. But you're looking around 57 miles from Port St. Lucie down into West Palm Beach. Now, speaking of West Palm Beach, let's take a look at West Palm Beach. $248 a square foot. So you can see right there, there's about a 61 difference in the average price per square foot sold. So think of it as every 100 square feet of difference, it's going to be about a $6,100 difference, right? So you can see, I always say, as you move from north to south, the price per square foot goes up. And we'll show you what happens here in Miami as well, in Dade County. But right there, you can see there's a $61 per square foot difference just going from St. Lucie County down into Palm Beach County, and it's only about 50-something miles. So if you had a job in Palm Beach, or you had family down there, you wanted to be close to the family, but you're like, gosh, we want to get more home for our dollar, and we want to be in a community. We want the pool. We don't want our own pool. We want some pickleball, want some tennis, and some shuffleboard. That's what I'm trying to show you here. You do have that kind of those assessments that might start to creep in too. Let's take a look at the month supply of inventory. It's not as dramatic as that 14 months of inventory that was in St. Lucie County, but you have this similar ascension up. And it kind of peaked here in January at 8.4 months of inventory. So this is well within a buyer's market. I forgot to mention the difference between a buyer and a seller market. Seller market's under 3 months of inventory. between 3 and 6 is a neutral market, and over 6 months of inventory is that buyer's market, right? What you have here is you have a buyer's market. So there's opportunity out there for you buyers. Now, if you're a seller out there, maybe you're thinking, hey, we want to sell down here in Palm Beach County and move up to Port St. Lucie where, we're going to get more bang for our buck. Let's move down here into Miami. All right. So Miami is, so you can see if Port St. Lucie is up here. Let's use our little measuring tool again. All right. So if you're going from St. Lucie down into Miami, you're looking around 90, 100 miles, depending on where you're going from. All right. So that's a big difference there. But you're looking at 109 miles. There's a lot of people, and that'll take you, depending on traffic, it'll take you between an hour and a half and 2 hours to get down to Miami. Now, am I saying, hey, live in Port St. Lucie if you worked in Miami? That might be a trek, but we do have the Brightline coming up here to Stewart. So you might be able to start to have just, hey, hop on the Brightline, go down to Miami each day, or maybe you only got to go down a couple times. Or I just want to give you an idea that you could still live in Port St. Lucie. You could drive down to Miami, or you could drive down to West Palm. You're just going to get so much more home for the dollar. Am I trying to champion Port St. Lucie and say this is the end all be all and where you need to be? No, I'm trying to help you out there because there's a big affordability thing happening right now on the market, and prices have gone up. Insurance has gone up. Price of eggs has gone up. Just want you to show you, let's show you next here what it's going to cost you if you want to be in that townhome down in Miami. It's going to be upwards of $316 a square foot. Now, this is an average under $500,000. Now, if we look at Miami, this is $290 a square foot, right? We're going from 187 Port St. Lucie, 248 in West Palm, and we're going to $290 a square foot down there in Miami. Now, I also want to let you know that you're going to get a newer townhome in Port St. Lucie roughly for those prices. You're going to get a newer townhome in Palm Beach relative to those prices, and you're going to get not as new down in Miami, if that all makes sense. So yes, the price per square foot goes up, but those units are going to start to get older as you go down. So that's a nuance to this thing that I want you to understand. Now, if we look down here in Miami, you got a similar situation. You have this 9.9 months of inventory. So it's not as high as Port St. Lucie, the 14. It's not as low as Palm Beach in that 8 range, but you still are in a buyer's market for a townhome down there in Miami. It basically tells us that you're going to get more home for the dollar in that townhome under $500,000 up there in Port St. Lucie over West Palm Beach or Miami. You're going to get more townhome for the dollar in West Palm Beach as opposed to Miami. So the price per square foot is going to go up as you go south. Also, the units are going to get a little bit older, and as you go south, the traffic is going to go up. It just depends on you, depends on what you're looking for, depending on what's important to you. If it's really important to you to be in Miami, or it's really important to you to be in West Palm Beach, then I totally get it. I just want you to understand the value situation and how that will affect you. So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe below. It really helps out the channel. And also drop a comment below. What'd you think about this content? We would love to do more content. I'd love to do more content on what's important to you. We'll see you on the next video.